Well, good thing we got it on camera.
Good.
Hooptie Joyride with Brian and Steve. All right.
Speaking of being on camera, hey, we're back. It's the Hooptie Joyride. This is a pretty special one, Collector. You know why?
Why is that?
This is number 25,
Oh, okay.
episode 25. So we've been doing this a few months now, and yeah, we're just keep rolling right along. So no special anniversary cake or ice cream planned. Maybe for after we'll grab a nice sundae or acai bowl if we're feeling bougie. Uh, but yeah, good stuff. Good to be here.
All right.
Thanks for doing 24 of these with me. Hope for another 25 plus.
There you go. I'm looking forward to them.
Nice.
They're enjoyable each
Nice.
week.
Yeah, yeah. So just a reminder to people that are maybe new to our videos or tuning in after a little while. We've got a fictional budget, $5,000, and we each have picked 3 rides. We're calling them the good, the bad, and the ugly. That $5,000 gets you purchase price and any repairs or anything you need to make it roadworthy or in some cases a vehicle. Period. So that's what we're working with. Those are the rules. Collector, any thoughts before we jump in?
No, I think we have some pretty neat rides this week again. I think we jump in with the good and have you kick it off here.
All right, let's do it. So my first pick for the good is, well, my only pick, sorry, for the good. I'm not going to go too far. It is a 1973 AMC Mail Jeep. That's how it's listed. I think it's actually an AM General. That was, it's hard to keep track of who owned Jeep, whether it's Kaiser or AMC or Chrysler, the years and stuff are all strange to me. But this is an AM General version coming out of Woodstock, Illinois. Price of $4,050. I think it's a typo. I think it's meant to be $4,500, but I'm going to go with the typo because it gives me a little bit more budget. This one for me is pretty cool. It's right-hand drive because it is an actual, postal Jeep. In Jeep parlance, I think that's a DJ5, otherwise known as a dispatcher. The one downside of this pick, which you might rain a little bit on my parade, it's only 2-wheel drive. So the Mail Jeeps were only 2-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure you can grab a CJ axle, front axle, and transfer case, and probably make this work. Don't quote me on that. But it's been upgraded a bit. It's got a bench seat out of a Chevy, new carb. It's got headlights so you can drive at night. I don't know about wiper blades. We'll have to look at the photos. Does need some wiring to be finished and rear brakes. The seller does say they're open to trades, but no, I don't want your junk. So also not in a rush to sell. So price is probably going to stay a bit high for a little while. So, but hey, let's take a look. What do you think?
Let's do it. All right.
To me, it's not a bad looking Jeep. When you think postal Jeep, you're thinking low to the ground, little car tires, or some of the ones that are really ugly nowadays. But these older ones are not bad. They got the sliding doors, so that's pretty cool. Got the hard top. So yeah, it's looks like it's got a little bit of rust starting in certain areas, some paint issues potentially. Really comfy Chevy bench seat though. Looking good. It's even got a headliner. Like, what more could you ask for? And here's a look at the right-hand drive on the cockpit. So, I mean, these things, look, the drum brakes all the way around. It should have a 3.8 liter L-head 6-cylinder. Has a little bit of pep, I would hope. Pre too much smog equipment on it. And I looked it up on Rock Auto. A drum and shoe kit is about $128. You probably got a few lines you need to get as well. Maybe even a master cylinder. So I'm thinking with my typo included budget of about $950, I think I could, it runs and drives. So, and it's got a clean title. So I think I could, probably get it stopping at least within 1,000 yards. And I've not, there's always a curb or a tree. So I think I'm good to go. So this is my pick for the good for the week. What do you think?
You know what I caught in, I don't know if you can scroll back to the side view there where we had the back door. Stop right there. What I noticed here is I don't know how you get in that passenger door because with those big wide tires, I'm not sure it will slide backwards enough to let you enter the vehicle. So you might have to go through the back door and jump over your plush, comfy Chevy seats. So
It's a security feature. You
yeah,
can't steal it if you can't get in it.
I just I caught my eye there that it probably does not extend far enough away to get past those wide tires. I thought this was interesting when you presented this because my wife and we were on a walk this morning, and we're walking down the quasi highway near our house over to community park where we walk each morning, and I hear this thing, all road tire noise coming down, and it's a Jeep, no top or anything on it, and the tires are big knobby tires, and he's coming up to the stoplight, and once you know it, there's a right-hand drive.
Oh,
And
how
we
about that?
looked at it. My wife said, "Oh, that's unique." I said, "Yeah, you don't see many right-hand drives around here." So, so it's
That's nice.
kind of ironic you brought that up today. Just happened to see one out in our morning walk. So,
Uh-oh. I don't know if the world's trying to tell us something. Maybe our next
uh,
ride is a right-hand drive Jeep. Who knows?
I don't know. We have this thing called a Land Rover out in my barn that you can make left or right drive, and it's at a stage where anything goes right now. So maybe we could just make the Rover right-hand drive.
I think we just have to make the Rover a drive.
Yeah, that's true.
uh, start with that.
25 years later, it's still there in a bucket of parts.
Well, at least we believe most of the parts are there, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, there's some brand new stuff there, including the frame, brand new frame. So we'll see what happens. All right, so I'm
Maybe,
going to roll.
maybe let's do this. We get to 100 subscribers. So those of you that have not subscribed and you're watching, we get to 100 subscribers. We'll film ourselves being idiots trying to assemble 25 years of boxes and parts together. And you can vote. Tell us right hand, left hand drive. And we'll do it whatever way we want, but we'll take your votes. So there you go.
All right. All right. So moving on to my good, I'm going to go with a 1985 BMW 528. It's an E28 platform. $4,300. Comes from Westwood, New Jersey. I'll be honest, I picked this car. I think since the time I started driving, 30, 40 years ago now, whatever it's been, I've always talked about these BMWs from this era, the second gen 5 Series that came out in 1981 to about 1988 in this model. They also had the M5 along with some other versions. I think they had a 533, 535i IS. I just think to me, for a 4-door car, I just think they're sharp. A lot of them have the little running lights with the front spoiler down there. I think they all come with a sunroof, leather interior, automatics, 5 speeds. You see guys lower them, sunroofs, little spoiler in the back. I just think these are a very sharp car. And I saw this one, really caught my eye because many of them are rusted out. And I thought for this price, it probably was not a bad vehicle, even though, you still only have $700 of budget left. It says it's a clean in and out. It runs and drives smooth. It's got new plugs, cap, rotor, timing belt, water pump, tensioner, and oil change. It does say it has a hiccup, as he calls it, sometimes where it will crank for a while before it starts. He's at a loss. It comes with new lowering springs, still in the box, and a new car cover. It does have 178,000 miles on it. For most of them, that's just breaking it in.
Absolutely.
So this would have a 2.7 liter motor. I know that there's turbo kits available on eBay. About 120 horse, 230 foot-pounds of torque. They were North America and Japan. They made a 525E for the European market. Like I said, 4 or 5 speeds in them. Around 1983, they came out. And I believe this 85 would be the first year that they had ABS brakes in them. I got to tell you, I'm not looking for a car. But if this was a 4 or 5 speed, I'd probably be a looker to go look at this one because it sure looked pretty clean in the pictures.
Well,
So
then let's take a look.
Let's look at it and let's roll.
That is sharp.
Yeah, like I said, I've always liked those little rectangular driving lights down below. I always thought the front end with those the front double headlights there, and kind of how it slants back in the grill. This has the stock wheels. I know there's other type of wheels that you can buy or use on them. This one does have wiper blades on it, so that's a bonus package.
I'm out. I'm out.
You're worried about having 4-wheel drive for something you can't drive in the rain, but hey, I understand. The body and paint in that picture, I know it's shaded there, but even here, I don't see rot in the panels. The doors, from what you can see of the rocker or the back fender, it doesn't look all rotted out. It looks complete and straight. So, same way, driver's side here, maybe something under the mirror there on the side door. Don't know what that little spot is.
Yeah.
Either way, I thought this was a pretty sharp looking driver for $4,300. You just don't shut it off, and then you don't have to worry about the hiccup. I did notice this one looked like it had a cloth interior there, so I don't know that that's original interior. So I thought they all came with leather, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But like I said, for me personally, I wish it was a stick shift over the automatic for this car. A little more, see what you can get of the 120 horse out of it. So,
yeah, it is a popular engine platform though. The 2.7 liter. There's a lot you can do with the M20s. So, good stuff. I got a bone to pick with you though.
Oh,
yeah.
What's up?
I think we need a new category. I think we need to put in the best because it doesn't get better from here on this particular episode. And I would go so far as say this is so nice, it's not even a hoopty. Like you might be disqualified from picking too nice of a ride.
It does have a crack in the dash, so it's not perfect.
All right. Now you're back. Welcome back.
Back at it. I don't know what that little aftermarket thing is down there behind the steering wheel below the tack. It looks like
we didn't grab photos of it. It's a radar detector.
Radar detector. All right, so it's got the go speed feature, go fast feature.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's downhill with the anemic power numbers it's got. But look, it's I think they've got independent front suspension. These ride like a dream, right? I mean, these were the top pick for bankers and lawyers and doctors in the early 80s. So sweet ride for sure. That's a nice pick. I mean, I'm with you. Maybe if we both go diving into the couch cushions, we can come up with enough nickels to, at least get a photo printed. Because we're not buying it, but somebody should.
Like I said, I'm not a buyer, but for some reason, this ranks in probably one of my top 10, 15 cars. I just always really like this design.
Yeah.
Never had a ride in one. Maybe I'd get in one and think they're terrible, but
I don't know. I'd have to doubt that. They're historically, for all the snobbery that goes along with BMWs, they're generally a pretty fun drive as well as comfortable. So it's interesting that they, the design, like you said, the front, the slant of the front grille, it somehow doesn't like make the bumper more pronounced because it is a big bumper on the car, but for some reason it just all works, which is a pretty interesting feat of engineering. So good one. Nice pick.
All right. So let's hit the bad. Let's see what you got for the bad category this week.
All right, let's do it. I've got something that is definitely bad. And you're going to say, wait a minute, it's muscle car era. It's a Chevelle Malibu, like, 4,000 bucks somewhere in Pennsylvania. It's a factory 283 4-speed. It's got bucket seats, factory tack and gauges. However, as we will see, it is a major project. It's convertible. It's got no top. Unfortunately, the steering column and the console and the buckets were stolen. The bucket seats, I'm assuming, were stolen. So good luck getting it anywhere near home. It says it's mostly complete. It does warn that you will need a total restoration. It is a best offer. It was originally listed at $4,500. It's come down. Clearly doesn't run. And I don't really have much more to say about it other than we need to see this.
That's it. Oh,
so now, told you this is bad. This is just bad. I'm not surprised the hood even latches with some of the rot that's going on there. It looks like this thing has been stored outside for a million years, since 1967. It looks like this thing has been sitting outside, no top. Obviously, the whole floor is gone. This is just one shot of the frame, near a body mount. So, this is just bad. And I mean, it's so bad. Like even the metal dash is starting to rust. Like this is just, you can see also no steering column. So, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, $4,000 I think is a pipe dream. I think the best thing you're getting out of that is a title and a VIN that you can either make a clone or put on another car that you need to. These are body on frame, but it needs both. It needs all the body parts and a frame. So I don't know that you're getting too far with this. I mean, if you look at Original Parts Group, for some sheet metal, I mean, a hood's $400. Each quarter is around $400. The front fenders are probably $500-600 if you can get them in stock. A lot of stuff's starting to be discontinued for these years. So, you're gonna rack up a lot of money. And I'm not even sure you got a lot of nice metal to even weld new stuff too. Unfortunately, at $4,000, I think you've got a planter you can put in your yard. That's about it.
It's not even solid enough to make a B&B, Airbnb out of.
yeah, definitely not. It could be the hot tub if it had a floor, but definitely, unfortunately, it's bad. You
can't even run in line anything to make a hot tub out of it.
No, there's no there's no GLH9 or whatever that stuff. Oh, that was the hair stuff. What's the spray? No, what's the spray? The rubber spray. Flex Seal. You can't even Flex Seal this thing.
Maybe you make it out of cardboard and give it a little form.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that was. I mean, it's bad. There's a lot of rides out here on Marketplace and Craigslist, and that's where we look for a lot of this stuff. That was bad. It's definitely bad.
Yeah. I'm not sure where to go with that.
I don't know. Away. That's where we need to go, is away. Yeah. So we'll go to yours.
I'll tell you this: if you call me up, and tell me to hook up the trailer to come pick you up with that, the channel's over.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Let's see what I got. I got a 1941 Chevy Pro. When you say Pro, what is it? It's a Pro Street project. Nice. $2,500 coming to you from Bensalem, Pennsylvania, suburbs of Philadelphia. So what do we have? It's got a Mustang 2 front suspension with a 4-inch drop spindles, 4-link with 9-inch narrowed housing, Aldine rear coilovers, 4-inch recessed firewall, new front floor plans and wheel tubs, fuel cell, all garnish moldings, 2 rack and pinions for the steering, 1 for power or 1 manual, plus more. Hey, let's see what we got. Let's look at this Pro Street Ride. From there, it don't look too bad.
No, this is a good shot.
Yeah, you're missing a bumper and stuff, but who needs that when you're going fast? It looks like you're missing all the glass. I think we're going to see here the roof has been cut out. There's no motor drivetrain in this, so $2,500 you have. It's going to be hard to put this together, probably, but hey, when you're tubbed out like that, at least go sit in it and act like you're driving.
Well, hopefully it's got a front floor because it doesn't have a rear one.
Yeah. It says new front floor plan. So,
okay.
From the back, that thing looks cool. I'm not sure what you're doing with the roof panel there missing. I guess maybe you put like one of those Targa type things or the rollback vinyl or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Strap it on with some snaps. But, I picked this. I know it's going to be a stretch to make it at the $5,000 budget overall. But, hey, it's pretty cool. 41 Chevy Pro Street Ride. Some of the hard fabrication work is already done for you. There's no mention of the glass and stuff. Maybe you still have glass somewhere. I don't know. What are your thoughts for a drivetrain? Love to hear everybody's comments.
Yeah. I mean, well, it originally came with a 216 inline 6, the Victory 6.
Yeah.
So, that's not going back in. I think. I was trying to place this. What do you make this? A special deluxe or somewhere in the upper ranges of the deluxe Chevy Deluxe for the year?
Yeah, I would say so. I'm not real up on my 1941s or 40s car like that. So, I would have to see it and look a little more and get some more details probably. But
yeah. Cool.
Look,
I mean, it's cool. It's chopped. That's pretty cool. It like you said, it does look like a fair bit of the work has been done.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have another shot. No, we don't have another one. It had the front and rear motor plates. The rear housing's already been narrowed. So, like you said, a lot of work's already been done. I don't know what it's set up for, or if those motor plates are universal, if it's, sticking with Chevy, small block Chevy, big block Chevy, LS potentially, but the cool thing about these rides is they're generally large enough, and it looked like there's enough space in the engine bay. You could probably fit just about anything.
Yeah.
And it looks like you've got, everything's open. So have at it.
Yep.
Yeah. I almost wouldn't put this one in the bad category, other than it's probably needs too much to be within budget, because this one, it could be like bad, like cool bad.
True.
Bad to the bone at some point. But it needs some work. Who knows? Maybe being in PA, we can get Tony Angelo to pick it up and do something with it. And
right. Yeah.
Tony, if you're watching, you're not, but if you are, we'll do a stay tuned Hooptie Joyride collab.
There you go. Yeah. In the meantime, I'll tell you what, we pick it up and I'll tow it around. You can sit in there and pretend like you're rolling.
Oh, I make good engine noises. That's perfect. All right. So speaking of me, let's go on to the ugly. What do you think?
You said it. Speaking of you and the ugly. Okay.
I figured I gotta get there first. So what do I got? I got a 1980 Ford Ranger. It is $1,200 from Las Lunas, New Mexico. The price is our best offer, 2 exclamation points. So clearly want this go. It's an old farm truck, runs and drives. I'm sorry, am I putting you to sleep?
You are.
I see you yawning over there. Geez, my picks are that bad. Wow. Geez. It does run and drive. It does have a title. This person says it's perfect for somebody who has a farm or needs a motor. It drove from Colorado to New Mexico, which, if you ever look at a map, that's clearly downhill. So not hard to do. But wants to sell the whole thing, not parting it out. And for special dispensation or consideration, is selling it for his mom. So, clearly OBO is, help a guy out. This being a Ranger, it is not the compact Ranger. That didn't come out till 82 as a replacement for the Courier. So this is actually in the F series. It would have been equivalent to, or in between the F100 and F150 as a trim level. So has most of the same payload capacity as the F150. It does have a V8. I think it even had a video in the listing, which, remember, we put them all links in the description, but I believe it had a video of it running. So, that seems pretty good. So this is the first of the 7th generation. If you recall, I had a 1980 F100 custom, and drove that thing, all over the place. Drove it up to Massachusetts from New Jersey with no issues. That was a cool ride. I like that truck a lot. Pretty basic, easy to work on, just fun. So, what do you think? Let's take a look.
Let's check it out.
All right. Why do we say this is ugly? Because look, this side, it's not bad. It's an 80s color scheme, but not terrible. And then we get to this side. So clearly something going on with the door. The fender's a little wacky. This could be a positive for some people, but it's got some sort of custom storage that looks like you welded it. So I don't know how safe it is, but it's there if you need it. Rocking the blue panel to go with the blue door card. So that's pretty interesting. Part of the steering wheel's missing. I don't know what. If you get in close, I'm not even sure what's on the dash, if that's blood or if it's paint or whatever splattered all over the place. So at any rate, that's my pick. It is kind of ugly. I think that's that's all we got for photos. So it's just $1,200. You got a lot of budget left, but unless you're desperate, this isn't the Hooptie I'd be buying. Plenty of other pickup trucks in $1,200 range that aren't multicolored.
Hey, maybe that's what you want, though. Make you stand out. That runs and drives, he says. He drove it.
Yeah, could be worse. That's true.
Yeah. Hey, we've seen worse. We've seen better. $1,200 and you're in New Mexico. Not sure if it'll make it up the hill going back into Colorado Springs, into Colorado, but go for it.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah. All right. I think that brings us to the last ride of the week.
All right, my ugly duckling of the week, a 1995 Ford Contour, $1,000, Elkton, Maryland. The seller has mixed signals here. Starts off by saying it's a great car. Legit mileage even shows a 37,682 miles on the title. He bought the car a few months ago. For whatever reason, he decided to weld an exhaust that comes through the front hood. At that point, he gave up. It was going to be a project car, but she's an ugly thing. He says, with a perfect shell, no rust up or down. Only downside is the transmission has an issue, he says. It won't go faster than 60 to 65 mile an hour without it feeling like it's revving up and not shifting. Not sure I'm not too sure. It's a nice car, just an ugly one to beat around. If you need a reliable car, she's the one. The engine is strong as an ox. And as a bonus for it, he just gave you new tires last weekend. So, I guess in America they were known as also as a Mercury Mystique or the Mondeo in Europe. 120 horse Z-Tech or 170 horse Duratec V6. It replaced the Tempo or Topaz. The base model was a GL. I guess in 1996 they made a sport model. But who needs a sport model when you see the exhaust on this? So,
we got to take a look. You ready?
Let's unveil it.
All right, everybody. Step back from your screen so that this thing doesn't poke you in the eye.
Whoa. I had to pick it. I just don't know what they're thinking. First of all, I'm not sure what you're thinking buying a Ford Contour that you're going to modify, but I guess if the price is right, there's something, there's a hoopty for everybody. But then to cut a hole and stick an exhaust out like that, I don't know. Maybe it's a flamethrower too. So,
the rest of the ride is like, it's the pictures were not the greatest, but
yeah.
it's like you said, it's a Ford Contour. It was like a baby Ford Taurus.
I guess it even comes with your Haynes manual.
Yeah, for you, I think you need it at that point.
Yeah. Not a perfect car, but once again, look at that exhaust stack sticking out the front.
Yeah, we got to go back to that. Let's check that out.
I just had to pick this as my ugly of the week. So
it's double ugly. You thought it was ugly, and the poster thinks it's ugly. So
yeah, that thing just reminds me of something you take into like a stadium, a sports stadium. You shoot hot dogs out of it or something. Roasted dogs into the crowd.
T-shirts and hot dogs. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, look, this one, you're back. You're definitely back after your, mishap earlier with the BMW. This is definitely a hoopty, and it's ugly. So yeah, both of those. Wow.
So
I don't know what else to say other than wow. Like,
I hate to say it, but did you see our theme between us with the uglies? They're both Ford products.
Yeah.
Sorry, all you Ford fans, but the Ford
and
the ugly of the week.
And our bands were both Chevys, so that's so that's that. So wow. Well, that brings us to the end of the Good, Bad, and the Ugly, episode 25. Always let us know what you think. This has been fun. I kind of like this kind of options. I'm trying to wrap my brain around something you just said as well. Like, unless somebody gave you the Ford Contour, why? Like, where were you going to go with this? Like, so step one was to stick the 4-cylinder exhaust out of the hood. Then what? Like, hydraulics, maybe? Put it on bags, lower it down to the ground. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's crazy.
I got to say, for a Ford, there's been a car that I have not found one out here for sale. And I'll give you guys a spoiler of a car I've been looking for to add to this Hooptie Joyride, because it always sticks out in my brain from many years ago when we were in high school playing tennis. I believe one of the older kids on the tennis team had a Ford EXP. I don't know if you remember that. It was a little two-door sporty little thing, and I've been wanting to find one of them, and I've not found one yet in my searches. So if somebody's got a Ford EXP and they want to preview it there on Hooptie Joyride, send it our way, and we'll do an episode with it.
Absolutely.
So,
Speaking of that, we've got a reader submission for the. I'm not sure if it's going to be bad or ugly or both next week.
okay.
So got that one already coming in. So very good.
All right. Look forward to it. So
Cool.
in
Me
the
too.
meantime, everybody, have a good week and enjoy your Hooptie Joyride.
That's right. Peace.
See ya.